So the BBC presenter at the centre of these allegations for the last few days has been named. Not by the BBC, not by himself, as was suggested by Jeremy Vine that he should do, and not by The Sun, who had avoided naming him, presumably to avoid legal proceedings in case the name or the allegations were wrong, and not by any other organisation or anybody else outside of his own family. So let's see what the report in the BBC has to say about who it was and what they said and what the Met said about the allegations. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel. So oddly enough, the BBC again reports on its own presenter, this time reporting that Huw Edwards has been named by his own wife. But also the report says that he is in hospital with serious mental health issues, according to his wife, who has named him as being at the centre of these allegations. His wife said that she was issuing a statement on his behalf after days of speculation, primarily out of concern for his mental well-being and to protect their children. The Sun had claimed that he'd paid a young person for sexually explicit images. However, the Met has said that he will not face any police action. The family statement said that he intends to respond to the allegations personally when he's well enough. The statement itself reads, "In light of the recent reporting regarding the BBC presenter, I'm making this statement on behalf of my husband, Huw Edwards, after what have been 5 extremely difficult days for our family. I'm doing this primarily out of concern for his mental well-being and to protect our children. Huw is suffering from serious mental health issues. As is well documented, he's been treated for severe depression in recent years. The events of the last few days have greatly worsened matters. He's suffered another serious episode and is now receiving inpatient hospital care, where he'll stay for the foreseeable future." The Metropolitan Police, however, have reported that there is no offence being committed. The statement also said that Mr. Edwards was first told that there were allegations being made against him last Thursday. It also appealed for privacy. In the Metropolitan Police statement, it said that detectives from the Met Specialist Crime Command have now concluded their assessment and have determined there is no information to indicate that a criminal offence has been committed. In reaching this decision, they have spoken to a number of parties, including the BBC and the alleged complainant and the alleged complainant's family, both via another police force. It said detectives are aware of media reporting of further allegations against the same individual, but has received no specific details or information about these allegations, and therefore there is no police action at this time. The BBC said it will continue its fact-finding investigations into the allegations. A spokesperson for the BBC said that we've seen, this is really odd, reading a report from the BBC about the BBC, but it said, a spokesperson for the corporation said, "We've seen the statement from the police confirming that they've completed their assessment and they're not taking any further action. We're grateful to them for completing this work at speed. The police had previously asked us to pause our fact-finding investigations, and we will now move forward with that work, ensuring due process and a thorough assessment of the facts, whilst continuing to be mindful of our duty of care to all involved." Edwards has worked for the BBC since the mid-1980s, rising from a trainee position to becoming one of the BBC News' most recognisable presenters. So, as I said, this is a really bizarre situation where the BBC is having to report neutrally and impartially on one of its own presenters, who's been long-standing, as you heard, since the 1980s. As such, at the moment, the Met Police statement said that there is no criminal offence being committed, at least according to the information they have. So the guidance that any lawyer can really give you is not to make any wild accusations on social media, because they could attract serious legal repercussions. Any statement that is made, published to any person that is defamatory in nature could indeed become a defamatory statement, which will have serious legal repercussions. So whilst there might be many people tempted to make such comments about these allegations, what they might mean, what might have happened, the only guidance would be to refrain from doing that and only go on exactly what has been confirmed and reported. And as such, at the moment, it's only really been confirmed that there's no offence committed, there's no police action at this time, and the BBC, it says, is continuing its fact-finding investigation into itself, into the allegations. And so as it stands, that really is all there is to say on this from this article. But as and when, and indeed if more progresses, I will come back and let you know my thoughts on that as well. But in the meantime, please do like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, I thank you so much for watching.